It's a wider world, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Kelly. I can't wait to share today's show with you. Coming up, we're going to check out a restaurant that serves more than food. We'll also learn about an app that helps young adults who struggle with social difficulties due to autism. First up is Warner's Corner Toys. They're an online toy store that caters to children with special needs. Let's see what it's all about.
A child engaged in play is a child engaged in learning. This is the philosophy behind a unique website that specializes in adaptive toys for children. We spoke with the founder, Laura Hathaway, to learn more.
We are an online toy store that caters to special needs children. We have been focusing on children on the autism spectrum and children with Down syndrome because those are the two audiences that I'm most familiar with, the multiple diagnoses and things like that. So I can serve them better, meet their needs more closely. But as I mentioned, we're going to begin moving towards serving the cerebral palsy population. Play is the work of children. That is how they learn. That's how they engage. That's how they experience the world. And it's how they process everything through senses. So if they can touch it, smell it, see it, the colors, that's all wiring those brain pathways and storing the little computer chip, the little computer file in their brain to build on, to learn. You're learning everyday living skills, how to button, how to snap. If you have a doll, if you have a stuffed animal that has overalls, you're learning how to get dressed. Taking turns, standing in line. Now I'm going to do this. Now it's your turn. That kind of thing. So you're being socialized while you're learning things like colors, numbers, how to spell, how to read, those kinds of things. There's so much need and not enough resources that the fastest way I can get to the most people possible is on the web. And so I try and just put as many resources on there, as many toys, as many blog articles that educate people as possible. I have readers in Germany, Italy, London, Australia, and Canada, the United States, from everywhere, because special needs doesn't know borders. When we first came up with the idea for Warner's Corner Toys, we wanted to make it a neighborhood, a virtual meeting place for parents to come and get information and support and supplies, for teachers to come, I never imagined that I would be branching out into the first responder area, but for first responders to come and reach out to each other and communicate with each other and educate each other for more successful relationships, stronger relationships.
There are many interesting products and toys to choose from. So what are some of Laura's favorites?
I have a bestseller. I love it. I saw it on Shark Tank. Hannah Lim and her husband were on there and they pitched the Lala Cup. And it's not necessarily made for children, and they don't market for children with special needs. But when I saw it, I thought, wow, that would be great. This is an awesome alternative to a traditional sippy cup. I love the fact that it has handles like this, where little hands, and especially hands with low motor tone, low muscle tone, can grab onto here and stay on here. They sold it as it has a weight in the straw so that it always stays in the liquid, which is great because my daughter threw a fit when she could see it and couldn't get to it. But what I love about the straw is that it's rubbery. It's not that hard plastic. So if you have craniofacial issues, it's not going to be digging into that palate. But if you're a chewer, it's strong rubber, but what I have learned is that determined children will get through anything. So you need to keep an eye on it. I love the fact that it can fit in a car holder. I can't put it back together. And I like for my special needs kids. I had a mom whose daughter has cerebral palsy, and so she's having some issues in here. It does, most sippy cups have a valve, that rubber valve that you have to have a strong suck to pull that liquid up through. This does not have a valve. So they're drinking out of a straw, and that makes it easier. And that's why she got them for her daughter, so that they could just bypass the whole valve thing, which wasn't working out, and just go to a straw, which her daughter can now use. And they're happy that she's not on the bottle anymore. She's using a straw. So, like I said, I saw, it's a traditional toy. It's marketed as a traditional thing, but I just saw a lot of special needs applications for it. And that's why I called them up, and I actually got Hannah right on the phone. And I've been working, and when I call Hannah, Mark is her husband. You either get Hannah or Mark when you call that company. They are amazing. And so I love selling their product, and I think it serves my kids well.
So where does the future lie with Warner's Corner Toys?
More and better toys. Eventually, lots of parents have asked me about bikes. And I know that there are bikes out there that are designed for special needs kids. I don't have a place to keep them right now. And they're expensive. They're expensive for me. And so I would like to actually make them more affordable and get them here into the hands of parents that are asking me about them. That will help my kids with cerebral palsy, and will help my kids with Down syndrome, because those are the two groups where I'm getting a question. As far as safety goes, we're developing, actually, I have a meeting after this with some first responders. We are developing a training for first responders about autism awareness, and we're going to bring in people from California, people from Project Lifesaver, they're out of Virginia, and people from here. And we're going to put on a first responder training, and then in the afternoon, we're going to do a family event where we're going to actually have families, let's fill out this autism awareness form. Let's do these scent kits. Let's protect your kids. And if the grant works out, then that'll be free. And that would be wonderful. We'd have a whole group of families that are protected. So that's what I hope to do, have just all kinds of safety resources. I want to be the go-to for toys, resources, and safety.
Paulette Duggins is the executive director of the Down Syndrome Guild of Southeast Michigan. She has years of experience working with special needs children. She is a strong advocate of Warner's Corner Toys and believes that playing helps teach children important skills.
Well, I have had a philosophy for a number of years that play is the work of children, and that's how they learn, through play. It's very simplified for them, it's fun, it's colorful, it's usually at their level, so it's very entertaining for them to play with toys and to learn that way. Having a virtual store, I think, is important, or a market, to be able for parents to look specifically for what they're doing. When you're talking about disabilities or different abilities, as we call it, that's a whole different marketplace, and I think it is very restrictive, very limited. So oftentimes, we as parents, and myself as a director, we resort to looking at catalogs for the kinds of toys and equipment that we're looking for. So Warner's Corners fits right into that mode of being able to access what we're looking for. If I see something, another product somewhere, I can always call Warner's Corner and kind of compare it, see if it measures up, if it's the right ingredient that I'm looking for our families. It's an excellent product. I, in my other life, sold toys, a toy product, for about 10 years, and so I'm very picky about the quality of toys. I want them to be durable. I want them to have the ability to engage children. I want them to be fun. But learning is really at the seat of what we're doing, because particularly for our kids with Down syndrome and autism, repetition is how they learn. So they need to do things over and over and over again. So I need to know that the quality of the product is going to be real durable and long-lasting. It's not going to be flimsy and throwaway.
How convenient to have a place where you can find toys that cater to children with special needs. If you'd like to learn more, please visit warnerscornertoys.com.